It's time for the Tales of Tanorio Spring Hunt. I know I'm 1 week late and I deeply apologize for that, but school has started for me and it's been extremely difficult to manage my time. But I have found some time to edit this video. Obviously, I've had this footage for a while now. Basically, we're gonna go through all of the event stuff, all the new reskin Tenorians, etc. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get on with the video. You're here to hop into the spring hunt, aren't you? Let me paint you a picture of what goes down. Every year in Everlush, we proudly crack open the festivities with our spring hunt. We scatter eggs around the town for tamers to find, hiding some sweet surprises inside. But hold on to your ear, there's a twist. Some of those eggs are actually mischievous Citron pulling a prank on us. Okay, that about does it for the cutscene, I believe. I believe you're the one that said that to me. But this guy right here, he sells spring incenses. I only have like 150 bucks, but it costs a lot, and I think there's a glitch where it doesn't show you how much it costs unless you actually have the money to purchase it. So a bit unfortunate, but we will get back to that. But for now, we'll get the citron that she was talking about. Let's go find me a reskin citron. I believe in one of these shiny little orbs if I can get onto them. We found a polished stone. I found more items like that, but hopefully this one is the citron. It did say rare, I guess, or I think I read somewhere it's rare, but hopefully this one is the citron we're looking for, and I think that is it unless we get trolled. But let's see. There we go. Reskin citron. I don't even think I have the regular citron evolved fully yet, but we'll get the reskin one, so why not? And let's catch it. And again, let's evolve it. Citrin. This is the female one. I think evolves into a citrus. So let's see the evolution. This is one thing I want to fix about Tales of Tanorio. The evolution screen is too bright. I half the time can't even see like them evolving into their form. It will be great if I can see the evolved form in this screen itself rather than going into the menu, but nevertheless, it evolves into a citrine, and a citrine will evolve into a citrus because this is the female one. So again, let's see that happening. Again, my thoughts on the Tenorians of this game has been pretty positive. I like all the designs, but the reskins, we have to check that out firsthand, and I can't really see it, but it seems to look great. I can see it barely. Yeah, it looks kind of nice. I mean, as an event, do I like it? Not so sure. I'm gonna get myself a spring incense because I have enough money. It's 50,000 by the way when I recorded this, but it actually dropped down in price to like 15,000 I think, or 25,000, I'm not too sure. But this is the first overworld event of Tenorian, which is a dupie, which we will catch. And forgive me if I say Lumion instead of Tenorian, because still kind of trying to differentiate that, because with Pokemon games they're still all called Pokemon, but when it goes on the Roblox platform it gets a bit confusing. But now we have Dupie evolve into a Dupibara, and let's see how that goes. Now this is the brightness that I expect, because I can see the evolution, but for some evolutions the brightness over the screen is like an overlay, I guess. It is horrific, but we can see the Dupie evolving into a Dupibara, I believe. That's pretty cool. The bunny costume with holding the eggs. That's a pretty cool evolution. And now our next one will be a Magican, I believe. Now, not Magican, I'm getting it confused. Magican is the Chickbin one. This is the Noten, reskin Noten. I don't know why Noten got one. I'm pretty sure there is a existing reskin Noten, but for some reason Noten got another reskin, despite it being like the Rattata of the game, which I don't quite understand. But here we have Noten evolving, and it evolves into I actually don't remember what this thing evolves into. That is my bad. But it evolves into that. This is what is in the title screen. Evolves into Glam Cone. Again, nothing too I guess nothing too much about that design. It's a pretty plain design. There's a Chickpin right there. pretty cool. We see the regular Cornica, which we will get to because there is a reskin one, and we'll get the Chickpin. Chickpin is a pretty cool reskin, not gonna lie. I like the first form a lot. The evolved form I'm not too sure about because they chose to only give it one evolution, which I'm not a fan of because this thing has two split evolutions, but they only decided to reskin one of them, which is kinda meh in my opinion. Maybe they're gonna bring the other one in the next Spring Hunt, which is gonna be next year, but we have to wait and see for that. But it evolved to do a Cooster. This one I'm not a fan of because the wings look very rigid, not really moving too much, and the whipped cream on its head looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. And this was a really funny moment when I was hunting for the reskins. I was looking around the area when I found an overworld flower wither that I caught the peak of my eye, at the corner of my eye. I just saw it like floating around there, and I had encountered it once before, but I didn't catch it because I didn't want to ruin a streak. But I got the game pass now, so I just paused it as I was doing, and I encountered the flower wither, and I was able to catch it, which is, I guess, good for me. And about flower wither, I think it's a very weak legendary, not gonna lie. It's a flower with no face. It's kind of it could pass as like a flower in like a Roblox game, like as decoration. That's my real opinion on it, not gonna lie. But we have a permanent addition to the game that was added to the Spring Hunt, which is in this area where you actually face flower there in the first place when it corrupts the dandelion, and we will encounter Fel Flora. I believe it's a cat Tenorian, which I think looks pretty cute, and it will evolve into two new stages, a middle evolution and a final evolution, which we will get to see sooner now, after we catch it, of course, because obviously gotta catch that. I try to catch 3 of those so I can get one of each stage of evolution. That's how I do my events. And now we have Felflora evolving into its second form, and we can see what it evolves into, and hopefully it looks something cool. I'm pretty sure this this Tenorian is extremely small, as I saw with these screenshots on Twitter. But that looks like Delcatty. Like, I don't know, it just gives off Delcatty vibes. And now we have Citrine evolving, but that's a prior evolution. We have Scarfeline evolving. Scarfeline will evolve into its final evolution, which I think is bigger. I think this thing had some controversy, like they had to change the design or whatnot. I'm not too sure. Haven't really been checking Twitter as much as I should when regards to the updates of this game, but it is whatever, right? We will go on to check this thing, but before we do that, we have a raid to do. Now we have the event Citress, which we will do the raid for. And again, raids are really cool if you want to get the conservation incenses, which is the only thing that I really want to like hunt for if I do these raids, because I'm hunting the Gleam starter of the water one. Aquazole, I believe it's called, or Chihuahua it's called, my bad. And that's why I do these things, is for the conservation incense. There's also a Cornica, I'm not too sure how you say it, but this is a raid, the second part of the Spring Hunt, where you will get Cornica. You can catch it in the raid itself. It's not an overworld spawn. You have to catch it within the raid itself. It is a 7-star, but it is fairly easy. As long as you have fully evolved Tenorian, you shouldn't be having too much trouble with this. Like, honestly, if you're doing raids, you should have a Paragrievous, or you should have a Dynastagun and your starter, and you should be set to face all of the event raids that the game can offer you. As we will start our raid right now, Cornita shall appear, and it looks pretty cool. It has adopted a lighter color scheme, but other than that, it looks pretty cool. Let's catch it real quick as we throw the Tanocan. I'm trying to look for the regular one, which is this one, and that bugs me out. The Tanocan, T is not capital, that bugs me off. And I just realized the nicknames has not been fixed. I thought that would have been fixed earlier, but the nicknames have not been fixed. I'm pretty sure my Jet Spirit has a nickname, and it hasn't been updated yet, so unfortunate, but I digress. Now we shall evolve Cornitza into its evolution in second stage and final stage evolution. Cornitza will evolve into its middle stage. I don't know if they did the reskin for the whatchamacallit, the Blood Moon form, which I don't think they did because it didn't really suit the aesthetic as much as this line. Sierra is now evolving, but I hope they do the reskin for the Blood Moon soon because that one is an extremely cool Tenorian that I really want to get soon. I haven't caught it yet, but I should. Sierra will evolve into the final form, which looks gorgeous, but that looks like a Gardevoir. Like, am I the only one that sees it? Copernica. Alright, next up we have the male Citron. Obviously, we got the female Citron at the start of the event with the glowy patches at Everlush City, but now we get the male one, Overworld. And I'm not gonna lie, I like this thing's final evolution a lot more than the female one. You will see in a minute because you will see its evolution. Now we'll get Citron to evolve into male Citrine, and the bright overlay is back. No. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I'm in the the snow area, not ice area, snow area. Maybe like the overlay comes in, maybe that has to do with something, I'm not too sure. But can't see it, I am afraid. But we will see the final evolution. Now the overlay is gone now because I switched my grinding area, so they should probably get that fixed in another update, but nothing much, I guess. Citrine will now evolve into a question mark. Yeah, this is not what I was talking about. I totally forgot this happened, but we will see Sestric in a minute. That looks sick. The sword on it looks sick with the bunny ears and like the face. That's like a abstract art design, which I really enjoy. The only Easter thing about this is the ears, honestly. I don't really know what the color scheme represents. These are all of the event Tenorians that I collected. Now we have this Luminous, which I don't know is part of the event or not, but I think it was released in that time frame. So we have a raid for it. Basically, this Luminous has different colors. I'm pretty sure it has like a rainbow one, but I'm not gonna go for that because, you know, I want to play other games and I don't want to look for a 1 in 1,000 Tenorian, you know? So let's beat this thing real quick so I can say that I did the raid. Honestly, that's the only reason I'm doing the raid. And let's catch all the Luminuses. This is the green one. The green one, nothing much, exactly the same as any other Luminous. Honestly, I don't even know if Luminous is a thing in the base game. I don't know if it's an event thing or it's a base game thing. I'm not too sure actually. This is the pink one. Again, really cool. Nothing much to say other than that it looks cool. So let's move on. My next one would be the yellow one. My favorite Luminous has got to be the blue one because, you know, blue is my favorite color, and anytime one of these Tenorians or creature category games come up with different variable colored creatures, I just tend to gravitate towards the blue one because blue is a great color, especially if it's like a darker blue. We got the orange one next up, and next up we will also get the red one. Red one also looks pretty cool in the dark. So we'll get that soon enough. By soon enough, I mean right now. And honestly, while we wrap up catching the rest of the Luminous, this update or this event, to be quite frank with you, was kinda mid. In fact, it wasn't really mid, it was below mid. It was like a 3 out of 10 event. And I feel like the strategy for this game has been horrendous. Strategy as in the rollout of content, because pretty sure this game was like, we're not gonna do events, or I think one of the lead like promoters of this game with like, this game is not gonna be events, this game is gonna be story, story, and story. And after the first two gyms, we've gotten, I guess, two mini events with the no tent and the drippo, and this major event, which honestly, no real story, just pure reskins, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of boring. I like normal players, after the novelty of the reskin wears off. I've said this about Lumia Legacy as well, and I'll say this with this game. After catching the reskin and novelty wears off, there is nothing much to do, and it's boring. So let's end this off on a high note. So if you guys enjoyed this update, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot. And as always, see ya. Bye.